Shortly after college, I married the love of my life. Money was tight, so we settled into a cramped basement apartment that fit our meager budget. It was dim, damp, and always smelled faintly of mildew, but we were young and hopeful. We could endure anything, or so we thought. From the first night, something felt off. The shadows in the corners seemed darker, thicker, almost alive. There was a strange chill in the air, even in the heat of summer. At first, we brushed it off as quirks of living in a basement. But soon, the disturbances became impossible to ignore. Dishes would rattle violently in the cupboards, sometimes flinging themselves across the room with bone-jarring crashes. Lights flickered even when the bulbs were brand new. At night, we'd see sudden, blinding flashes that lit the room like lightning, though the sky outside remained clear and starless. One evening, as I was washing up in the kitchen, I heard my wife scream from the living room. Rushing in, I found her clutching her arm, her face pale. There were angry red scratches trailing down her forearm, stinging and fresh. It was cold, like ice, she whispered. Something grabbed me. The air grew heavier with each passing day, oppressive and suffocating. We couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, even when we were alone together. Sometimes, in the dead of night, I thought I heard faint whispering, unintelligible, malicious, coming from the walls. Then came the final night. Exhausted from sleepless nights, we stumbled into our bedroom, ready to collapse. As soon as we crossed the threshold, a low, guttural voice rumbled from the darkness, calling my name. My name, move. My name, move. It wasn't a request. My wife froze, her eyes wide with terror. My chest felt like it was being crushed under an invisible weight. Summoning every ounce of courage I had left, I shouted back, "You've got it, bud." We fled the apartment 2 days later, leaving behind everything but the clothes on our backs. We moved in with family, too shaken to explain the full story. A few months later, we heard that the elderly landlady who owned the house had passed away. No one dared move in after us. Eventually, the house was torn down, reduced to nothing but an empty lot overgrown with grass and a single, twisted old tree. Sometimes, when I'm driving through town, I still pass by that lot. It's always eerily quiet, and I swear I can still feel eyes watching from the shadows of that lonely, gnarled tree. I don't stop. Not anymore.